Everybody, my name is Brian. People call me BMAD. I've been an engineer in the software engineering space for over 25 years, and it's just crazy now in this past year or two how fast things are changing. Just since my last video 2 weeks ago, another new hot term came out. If you remember my last video, I was talking about how the newest trend was context engineering, and how that was possibly invalidating the BMAD method. But it actually turned out to be context engineering was just another name for something we have been doing for the last 3 or 4 months with the BMAD method. And now that's all changed again, because now the hottest new thing is spec engineering. So we're going to be looking at what spec engineering is and see if that is a replacement for the BMAD method. But first, I got to give a big shout out to Hamza over at AI Labs for also, in this last few weeks, while everything else crazy is going on in the industry, plucked out and noticed the BMAD method and how impactful it is. He did a video on the BMAD method, and that brought a lot of you over here. So if you are here because you heard about this on Hamza's channel over at AI Labs, I want to thank you and welcome you to this open and welcoming community. I just wanted to give a huge shout out and thank you again to Hamza. Now, if you pay attention to the changes every week, you're going to think what you're doing is obsolete. The BMAD method, we started this a few months ago. It's been going strong. It's been improving, and there's a great community behind it, building it up. And a few weeks ago, we heard about context engineering, and we realized, what was that? That's exactly what we've been doing with the BMAD method, learning how to use the AI agents to produce documentation and context to give to the developer agents to make sure that they can stay on the rails with just the exact context that they need. So they are building in the right place with the right standards, not making things up and changing things along the way. And then last week, another new tool came out, Kiro.dev, and Kiro.dev introduced spec engineering to the world, or spec-driven development. When I heard that, I thought they were releasing a TDD tool, but it turns out they were talking about specifications. What are specifications? They're blueprints. You might call them a product requirements document or an architecture document. This sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Well, it does, because again, another new thing disrupting the industry, brand new, is something we have been doing for months called the BMAD method. It's so exciting and so validating to know that we are all using this amazing framework, thought framework, to do agile-driven development. And basically, the big companies like AWS are now validating what we've been doing all along. So I think we're doing something right here, and we continue to make it better and better. But the BMAD method has so much more. And if you're new here, I just want to quickly recap some of those amazing features that the BMAD method offers. The BMAD method is not vibe coding, first of all. So if you're here for just something where you can just throw out your idea and have it spit out your golden app at the end, the BMAD method honestly is not going to be for you. What is the BMAD method? It's a framework of multiple agents that can help you every step of the way, from just a seed of an idea all the way to product delivery. It starts with brainstorming. Maybe you don't even know what you want to do. You can talk to an agent and do brainstorming, but it's not just following a script. It has science and psychology-backed techniques baked into the agent framework to work with you back and forth and produce ideas that you may not come up with on your own, or an agent may not come up with. And that is really the theme of the whole BMAD method. You're not checking your brain at the door and saying, agent, do it for me. And the agent is not making you do it all for them. You really are working together. That's why there is this agile team of agents that you work back and forth with as a team to produce something holistically better than what each of you could do on your own. So that's brainstorming, right? And then you can work with the PM to produce your PRD. You can produce an architecture. But while you're working through all these documents, these are so much more than just specs like you'll see in Kiro code, where it's going to kind of guide you along step by step and give you some boilerplate output or a form. These templates that are built into the BMAD method are infused with agentic instructions to program the AI to work with you and actually ask you for information or brainstorm back and forth with you every step of the way. It also implements advanced elicitation. So as you're completing different sections of the document, you don't have to just take the average generic thing that the agent gives you at that time. Because if you just take always what the LLM tells you on the first go around, no matter what you're doing with the LLMs or these agents, you're going to get sometimes just an average response. You can tell it to think harder, and it might give you a little bit better answer, but you're still getting kind of average responses. So what we built in is an advanced prompting technique called advanced elicitation, which is actually broken down to about 30 different techniques that you can use with different sections of the documents that you're working on to push the agents to think harder, to brainstorm, to come up with alternatives, to simulate multiple personalities, hashing it out, to do what-if analysis, yes-and analysis. There's, like I said, 20 or 30 different techniques in there. They're built in. They will all be pulled out and used at the right time. And you can use that to further push the LLM to give you amazing results. So beyond that, though, what else does the BMAD method offer? Well, it offers expansion packs. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Pinky D, one of the first contributors of an expansion pack from the community. It is a Unity 2D game framework. So you can take this expansion pack, and if you want to use Unity and build a 2D game, this will apply the BMAD method with its own suite of agents tailored to game development. And that is the beauty of the BMAD method. This whole thing is meant to be almost a thought framework, if you will, but also a way for you to expand it with your own expansion packs. Let me pause here for a second and give a big shout out to people that have recently bought me a coffee. It really means a lot to me. And I especially want to call out somebody on there. I'm going to be doing an interview with them in the future. His name is Emmanuel. He's a clinical psychologist, and he is using the BMAD method not even for software development, and it is revolutionizing the way he works. And so many other people in the community have also reached out to me and told me very similar stories. So the BMAD method, you can use it in Gemini Gems or in ChatGPT custom GPTs or Claude Code, use it locally. It can impact every aspect of your life and work, and is so much more than just getting an agent to build some software for you. So really take the time to explore it and see what else it can do for you. It really is truly an amazing technique to apply. But again, thank you to everybody that bought me a coffee. That really does mean a lot. And while I'm doing some shout outs, I also want to shout out the Discord community, and especially the people in the Discord community helping there. You know, if you come in, there's more than 2,000 people in there. I cannot respond to everybody that comes in there all the time. We have such a great community. There's so many great people in there just willing to help everybody in the community get started, get going. The community is building and growing, collaborating, talking about what the best agent frameworks are. What are the tools? How are we using these tools? How do we use the BMAD method in the brownfield or in legacy projects? How do we use it in the greenfield? Come to the community, hash it out. So many people are sharing great techniques and ideas that it can really be a game changer for you. So thank you to everybody in the community. And I just want to say here, we are at now almost 7,500 subscribers. I was going to do a video at 5,000, but the channel is growing so fast because so many of you are excited about the BMAD method and coming on board that I'm now doing a thank you. We are almost at 7,500 subscribers, so thank you to all of you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? It's free, and you'll know when new videos are coming out. But if nothing else, please click like on this video. If you are doing spec-driven development with or without the BMAD method, or if you've tried Kiro code, I would love to know, what you think of it. Leave a comment down in the comment section. I also want to give a shout out to Appy Dave. Appy Dave did an amazing video on his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link right here. And in the video, he showed how to add features into the BMAD method. He added a retrospective feature that takes epics when they're done. It incorporates the whole team and it runs a full team retrospective, and it is amazing the results that it produces. So we will be actually working that into the BMAD method very soon. And that just shows that this community is doing so many amazing things with us, things that I haven't even thought of. So it keeps getting better and better. And very soon, V5 of the BMAD method will be coming out with some amazing, groundbreaking new changes to make it easier and more powerful for your software development endeavors or any aspect of your life that you might want to use the BMAD method for.
So thank you, Happy Dave. Check out his channel, and we'll probably be doing more with Happy Dave here in the future. Very excited to collaborate with him and also with Hamza over at AI Labs. Okay, and coming up next on the channel, we are going to be doing the full walkthrough with Claude Code. So I'm going to have a very simple tutorial. If you've been waiting for the Claude Code video on how to get set up or started with the BMAD method, that is coming very, very soon. And so thank you, everybody. Again, like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.